Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton of MarkRushtonGallery.com. It is Thursday, August 4th, 2022. And this video is being live streamed out to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So if you're watching me on those services live or you're watching on the rebroadcast later, feel free to go and subscribe to my channel if you'd like the video, leave a nice comment, please. Who am I? I'm Mark Rushton. I'm a fine artist for some time and a recording artist for the last 20 plus years. Sign up for my mailing list at markrushtongallery.com. I'm going to have wonderful things exclusive to the mailing list subscribers in the future. Currently, I'm in the process of moving my art studio from one location to another. Be done with that here in about the next month or so. So it'll be kind of fun settling into a new studio space. But everything's kind of packed up right now, and I kind of feel like out of sorts, right? And I'm just nervous about everything, and there's no reason for me to be nervous. So I've kind of been talking this sort of stuff out on the recording artist side and the fine artist side. And so today's ramble, what's today's ramble called? The psychological aspects of being an artist. And I started watching a video on the YouTube channel Film Courage, and it's all about like filmmakers mainly, but a lot of things carry over to fine art and recording artists, and the arts in general, right? And so there was some gal on there talking about, you, as an artist, you can't pay attention to anybody else, and that is so true. That's so true. I try to do that with. It's hard, but I try to do that with things like music industry news. I don't pay attention to anything in the art world. I'm really off the grid there, and I don't care. And I kind of wish I didn't care more on the recording artist side, but I've got a couple decades of just bad advice and stuff like that. So I that's one thing that I have talked about lately, particularly with regard to other recording artists and their biases and their complaints and their, they just, I think they give a lot of bad advice to new artists, independent artists, people who want to be artists. There's a lot of that out there. There's a lot of people out there who, probably make music and never release it. And it's probably good, and it doesn't matter if it's good, because you have all these gatekeepers out there. Is it good? Is your music good? There's an audience for everything, as I like to say, and the same thing holds true with painting. This isn't everybody's cup of tea with regard to a painting or a print or something like that, but I like it. I think it has. I think it has, whatever value and meaning, and you should have a voice, and you want to realize this. You have a vision. Nothing wrong with that. And having to get to that point is a little tough. Sometimes it takes some money. Sometimes it takes a lot of experience and thinking about what you need to do to get there. How do I get there? Who do I need to bribe? You're just a Facebook ad away from success. No, you aren't, right? Or somebody giving you advice, unless they are actually successful, be careful. And then, hold on here. And then even if they are successful, maybe they don't want you to be successful. Maybe they're a little bit scared or jealous or envious. I don't know. There's always that, which is probably why that I didn't watch the whole video, but the gal on Film Courage, it's like, that's why you don't pay attention to anything else. But then again, you need to kind of talk to other people and benchmark and bounce things off of other people. But it's hard. It's hard unless you find other people that are like-minded. You find your people. That's the hard thing, I think, as far as being an artist. Especially if you're in, a remote location or a small town or Even in a big city, it's difficult because you've got so many, it's just different types of people that you have to deal with. So there's that. Let's look at some art, right? Let's look at some art, and I'll kind of keep rambling about this sort of thing, the psychological aspects of art. I um, started making reels here in the last Instagram reels in the last 6 weeks, and what's my Instagram? Yeah, at Mark Rushton. Up to 204 followers. I just keep showing the art, and I keep getting more followers, and somehow that is working, despite the throttling, the lowering of the views on the different reels. It varies from day to day, from reel to reel. There's no cheat code. There's no way to crack the code. I don't think. I think we're all being manipulated. And that's not really a conspiracy theory, because look at the way Facebook used to be. Used to make a post out there and everybody'd see it. Then all of a sudden everybody started noticing that I didn't see everybody's posts. And then eventually it's like, oh, you could boost this post and spend some money, and then maybe some of them might see it. And that's how that works. And I think Zuckerberg's trying to bring that over to Instagram by way of getting TikTok banned, right? Because that's how the oligarchs work, right? Well, that's how it works, right? Oh, hey, you know what? You can't beat your competitor. Get them banned for some reason, right? Plant things in the media, especially if you get the money, right? But I work within the system. I'm as much as I'm annoyed with Facebook and social media and everything like that. It is a good cold traffic generator. And if you can make things and show things off and kind of express yourself, maybe you pick a few people up along the way, whether they become fans or customers or whatever in the future. I always say it's good to show off your work, and whether it's to know people, or one person, or 130 or 6,000 in a day. Try to, other than standing on the street corner, holding up a painting or a print, which I don't know about that. That's the ultimate cold traffic generator. You got to be really kind of careful with that sort of thing. But I like to show off the different paintings, the different merchandise, ideas from the past for the future, possible paintings, photo collages, things that I have available now. Again, this is an art idea for the future. Why not post it out there publicly? No one cares. No one cares. Look at old art, badly photographed. Yeah, somebody might be interested in that. It's something that I lost that showed up again. Wait till I start digging into the goodies of yore. Oh, that's actually an absolutely horrible photograph. But that leads me over to this, which is hold on here. We're gonna have some issues there with the audio that didn't play. Let me get over to this here. So these are paintings. These are some of the paintings that I scanned anyway from 2019, right before everything just fell off the cliff, And you go back and you look at some of these, and I'm just like, I don't know about some of these, and others, others became sort of iconic images for me, which would be like tree companions here, because I've got that out there as a print, and then of course I made it into a tote bag. I thought that looked fantastic. So some things you make over time, you're not quite sure. You're not quite sure whether somebody is going to, or whether you are going to like it down the road. So you get it out there, you put it out there, you see whether there or not there is any interest in that sort of thing. This is goofy stuff, right? This is kind of goofy, kind of abstract, kind of playing around with it. Does it have any viability? Well, we'll see down the road, right? And then, of course, my this is a very small painting. This was done on a gesso panel. I think it was on a piece of wood that has a like a was it a board? What's it called? Gesso. It's like gesso board or something like that. And I love how the little air pockets there happened in the clouds. That was just luck, you know. And I think there's like a cat hair on there, so I think I'm going to need to rescan that. But I was just sort of, I was really working the abstract landscape then, and then sort of getting into the, sort of the abstract trees and things like that. This, an extremely abstract landscape, and just kind of playing around with the materials, playing around with the different colors, and just, does this have value? What's it? Something like this, gigantic on the wall. Somebody looking for that sort of thing? Yeah, kind of like how I do with where is it? Where's there? It's like that. Yeah, I'll make something like that eventually. Won't that look cool? Yeah, it'll be cool once I make it, right? And I've got, some other things out here where, you're like, well, I'm not sure about that. I don't know about that one. That one's, people have said to me, dark paintings, people don't necessarily like dark paintings. They like the bright paintings. And I'm like, well, uh, uh, I love you, but I've chosen darkness, right? There's some people like the dark paintings. That's a niche, right? I just like playing around with it. Doesn't mean it's necessarily going to go into a print or be expanded upon or sold as an original. Like that one's just kind of a mess, right? But I can use that for something, right? If I don't use that as a painting, if I come back to that and I go, maybe that's unfinished, maybe that's not quite right, maybe I could do something else, maybe I could throw some thermal printed photos in there and sort of turn that into a collage or something like that. So you just, I don't know, I try to save everything, and maybe it's not quite ready yet, and this is just sort of the base part of it. So that's, or I can like just go and crop out part of it and make it be a cover for my music that I release. That's a possibility. So I don't know. Top line. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. A lot going on there. A lot going on there. I'm sure I'll get some comments that are just like, well, that's not art or whatever. I honestly don't care. Not interested. Not interested. Not interested in hearing it. My kid could make that. I've heard that before. That's good. That's good. Why doesn't your kid make that and put it out there? Right? Let's see how that goes, right? Let's go back out here. So yeah, that's I just trying to, the psychological aspects of being an artist. Trying to realize, come up with your vision, come up with a variety of different, subject matter. I guess they also call it pivot points, and then trying to, show it off, promote it out there some way. Is there somebody interested in viewing more of this over the in the future? Could I sell any in an in-person art show? Selling online, selling's nice, but we'll see about that. Yeah, I mean, I've been in the game. I've been on the periphery of the game so long. It's honestly, it's time to just dive back in, after, a couple of years of the heavy hand, right? Forcing everybody out, and nobody's sticking up for themselves. That's not good. And I don't know. I just think a lot of people out there, they have ideas and thoughts and dreams. It's okay to have dreams, right? It's okay to come out and think, I have sort of an artistic vision out there. Does anybody agree with me? Does anybody agree? Do they think Red Lily is good? Right? I know it's good. I think it's good. You may not think it's good, but maybe you like something else. Maybe there's something else here for you. Maybe you like the Ukrainian girl with the white horse. Maybe you like that. I don't know. Talk about your work. Why do you talk about your work so much? You got to talk about your work. You got to talk about your work. You got to show it off. And if somebody gives you crap about it, it's like, you know what? I'm so old. I don't care. I don't care. Get off my lawn or not. I do not care. There's our friend, Tree Companions. This is so nice and whimsical, and it's like they're holding hands. Took me a long time to kind of figure that out. Oh, the trees are holding hands. What's wrong with that? Is there anything wrong with that? And then just the weird, like all aglow here. It's just odd. Would this work on a wall somewhere? Gigantic. Yeah. I'd like to put this together. I'd like to throw this together, either, make your little small proofs of that and then try to scale it up. I got to get back to the day job here. We're already after 1 o'clock, and I think I take the car in for an oil change later. But I don't know, just trying to get my confidence back here. Not necessarily about the art or the music, but just, now I got a phone call. I got to go. Talk to you later.